Actually, my favorite part of the Women of Faith weekend is the interaction I get with Patsy Claremont. You know, she has been a great influence on my life. I've sat with her now for more than a year as we've watched the other parts, as we've been on stage together answering questions, and as I've sat there and listened to Patsy. And so one of the greatest things to me has been the learning curve that I have experienced while listening to the Women of Faith speakers. Frankly, they are unbelievable. And Patsy, to my mind, is at the top of that list. You know, the thing that makes Women of Faith unique in my mind, and I don't know if anybody else has noticed this, but it's like all women. I mean, I sit in there and I'm looking around and I'm the only guy. People say, well, what do you do with Women of Faith? Are you kidding me? There's 15,000 women in there. I do whatever they tell me to do. I carry their luggage, I pour their coffee. It's an amazing experience. And actually, I have gotten a great perspective about ladies and their thoughts, and being a married person of 23 years, I can use all the perspective that I can get. My wife is awesome, but boy, I see her affirmed every weekend by the decisions and the actions and the choices that these ladies are making. I'm around some of the greatest women speakers in the history in history, I guess. I mean, with Patsy and Marilyn and Lisa, and of course I'm very aware of the speakers on the other side with Sheila Walsh and some of the others, and so I am having a blast. And then, of course, the singers. You know that Sandy Patty is with us? You know, I don't know if you know this or not, but she has a great voice. Great voice. Amy Grant, too. And Mandisa, too. I mean, I love these ladies. One of the things that people might not consider, one of the things that I have taken away from my experience with Women of Faith, is a very deep appreciation for the people behind the scenes who run an event like this. I don't think anybody has any idea what it takes to put this on weekend after weekend after weekend. And the people behind the scenes, the people back in the offices of Women of Faith in Dallas, the people that actually travel with this group, what an incredible job. And what a wonderful ministry they have to be able to teach and to help people grow. And yet they're not the people that are actually out on stage. But those of us who are, they make it possible, believe me. And another thing that I would say that I've really gotten from this is not only a deep appreciation for these people, but an ability to understand that when a lot of these ladies are talking, I need to shut up and listen. It has been a great time for me to learn. I take notes, and amazingly, I take notes week after week. You'd think I'm hearing the same thing, and sometimes the same topics are covered, but believe me, these ladies are digging in, these speakers and these communicators, they're digging in, they're learning, and week after week they get better, more insightful, and I'm learning a lot. I do want women to understand that God has great things planned for you, just like it says in the Bible. Of course, our big aggravation about God is He never seems to be under any obligation to tell us what He's doing. But just because crazy things are happening in our lives doesn't mean that there can't be choices that will lead you and your family to a place that God wants you to be. There is great encouragement in life, because even the hard times we suffer are like a weight program. You know, you suffer these hard times, you go through these hard times, and it makes us and molds us and shapes us to become the person that we were meant to be. Just like God had an amazing physical fitness program for the children of Israel when they were trying to get away from Egypt. Remember, Moses would say, okay, we let our people go, and then the Egyptians would put more work on the Israelis and more work, and it would get worse and worse. And a lot of them were saying, hey, quit talking to them because this is getting harder and harder. But God had a great plan, because they would have never been able to march and go that long distance and go through that hardship that they were about to suffer to get away without that physical fitness program that God had created for them. So we have physical fitness programs going on in our lives too. We just call them struggles or challenges or heartaches. And just remember that there are things that you can do, choices you can make in the middle of those. Seek wisdom, be quiet, wait, calm. Things are going to be great.